Alright guys, hope you're doing good. And listen, I'm about to leave you guys with a recording of an actual onboarding call that I did for my agency / consulting hybrid business, okay? But I just want to go over some notes that I want you to pay attention to so that you can get the most value from this call. So the first thing that I want to mention is that, of course, I asked for permission. Just want to let you guys know about that. This is not something that you should do just because. And yeah, I really appreciate that from him. That said, some notes prior to the onboarding recording or footage, okay? First thing that I want you guys to know is that you always want to reaffirm the excitement and let them know that they made the right decision from the moment that they get into the call, okay? Remember, this is probably going to be the first touch point after a sales call. So you, of course, once you process the payment and everything is said and done, you want to eliminate buyer's remorse right off from the get-go. And the best way you can do that is by, again, do some sort of temperature check. So you can see that when I start a call, it's like, hey man, are you excited? Are you good to go? How do you feel? Man, listen man, this is the right, basically reaffirm that they made the right decision, okay? That's what you want to do at the beginning. Then you will see, I will actually give you that template and I will show you at the end of this video how you can get access to this template. So stick till the end. But you can see that you need to be crystal clear on your fulfillment process, like the timeline, how you're going to go about delivering your results, because this is going to prime expectations of your client for the onboarding celebration, okay? Since you're going to get access to this template, I just want you to make sure that you change the information accordingly to your process, to your deliverables, and to any relevant information from you. So just want to make that clear. Like this is going to be, of course, for my delivery, for my business, for my offer, it's going to highly depend and it's going to highly change depending on what you're doing. Of course, this is a baseline and it's going to really help you out since, of course, it's just like following the framework, okay? Third thing I want to mention is you need to set up the agenda for the onboarding similar to what you're going to see on the sales call, okay? So some notes, you always want to have introductions. This is going to work for coaches and for agencies, okay? So if you are an agency owner, I would suggest that you have your entire team, your media buyers, maybe any relevant person that also is on the success part of your team, since chances are that you're the founder. I would suggest that you get your team to be on the call. When you have an agency, chances are that you want to keep them for as long as possible, that they get to know the entire team, etc. If you are a coach or a consultant, it can just be you, just like the way you're going to see in this call is just me, or your client success manager, okay? Some of the little subtle differences that I want you guys to know. Then your working relationship, aka communication, feedback, expectations, next steps, and focus, okay? So you're going to see here, the actual agenda is going to be something like this, really straightforward. Once you set up the agenda, you want to review the initial assessment, okay? I have some other videos where you can go and watch after this one, where I talk about how we actually send our clients after they pay, just one form that triggers a certain set of automations so that we get them on ClickUp, we get everything sorted up from the get-go, we have all of the information, and they get to book the onboarding call all on autopilot. So go ahead and watch some of those videos so that you can make for a flawless onboarding after a sales call and eliminate buyer's remorse once again. Once you finish reviewing your initial assessment, I want you to pay close attention to the timeline, okay? Because this is where you're going to change the most things from me, like from what you're seeing in this video. Especially in coaching consulting, where of course you're going to need the person to fundamentally learn or change their beliefs or their strategies, etc. Like you're showing the person how to do something. You need to prepare them in terms of months to come and what's coming, right? So you're going to see, for me, for example, that I literally go really in depth about the roadmap ahead, right? So what to expect in the first month, the second month, the third month, so on and so forth, because this is going to prime them to really understand what's going to come. And in case, because if you are a coach or a consultant, you know, maybe some clients get better results than they expected. Of course, that's great. But some clients, for whatever reason, I don't want to say that it's your fault or their fault or whatever it might be, they are maybe just unhappy with the way things are going right now. So this is going to eliminate that and it's going to show them what to actually expect from working with you, right? Last thing, if you are an agency, of course, this part it's not that it's not important, of course it's important. The main difference is that if you're a coach or a consultant, you're going to prepare them in terms of months to come. If you're an agency, it's more in terms of weeks, right? Since it's a big part of the heavy lifting is going to be done by you, okay? Like on a done for you fashion. Then I just want you to notice, last thing I promise, that at the end of the onboarding call, you want to finish with next steps and action items, okay? This way, what you're going to notice, guys, is that you're going to finish with a positive note where the client is going to be like, okay, I know that I need to do this, I need to do that, you're going to do this, I'm going to do that. It just saves a lot of time and it just finishes the call on a positive note, okay? So that's pretty much all I want to share with you guys before we hop into the live footage. Like I promised, if you want to get access to that template that I just walked you over and in such a way that you can apply it for your own business, go to my Instagram, follow me, and DM me the word access, and I will send this your way. Okay? So yeah, go ahead and enjoy the recording. Bye. Awesome.
Yep.
I can see you just in case, man.
Yeah, just a sec. I'm trying to open my camera.
Okay, let's see. All right, my man. How's it going, brother?
Great. What about you?
Excellent, man. Excited for the onboarding call. I was actually going to tell you, man, like, why did you, I mean, you got it. I mean, you entered like on Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. And I was
Uh,
expecting you to do this call for Thursday, but well, you waited for Monday. So I was like, okay.
yeah, actually, for this weekend, about like Friday and Sunday, I had a plan to go out with my friends for a couple of days. So I was like, when
Oh,
I'm back from the trip, I'll be,
yeah.
I'll be.
I saw one of your Instagram stories, man. Like you were on a festival or something, right?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. That's dangerous, my man. That's dangerous. Awesome. Well, brother, are you excited?
Yep. Definitely. Let's do it.
Awesome. Awesome. Brother, well, first of all, let me just tell you the way these onboarding calls typically go. By the way, I'm recording this call. Are you cool with that? No worries.
Yeah, no issues.
Awesome. So yeah, the way these onboarding calls typically go is I have a presentation that I want to go over with you, and I want to
Okay.
review one with you the actual onboarding form that you filled. Okay.
Okay.
That way we are
Okay.
going to have like clarity on expectations, etc. And at any given time, just go ahead and ask me questions. Okay.
Sure. Works.
Awesome, man. So let me just share my screen. Awesome, man. Well, let me just get started by saying, man, welcome to Royland. And I want to go over the agenda, man, because the first thing that I want to cover is some introductions on, I mean, you're already in the community, but I just want to know who you can expect to get some sort of answers outside of me, of course. I'm going to be there for you. I want you to know some of the people you can also ask for questions or whatever it may be. I also want to let you know about our working relationship in terms of action and communication, expectations, and also the next steps from after this call and what you should be focusing on. And that's what we're going to review the form for. Is everything
Sure.
cool with you?
Yeah.
So in
Sure.
terms of introductions, man, I just want you to know the team behind Royland. So of course, you know me. I'm the founder, Enrique. Inside of the group, you can find David. David is one of our closers and the head of sales.
Okay.
And you can also, I mean, I don't know if you've seen Jasper before, but he's one of our success coaches and also recently a sales rep. Okay, this
Okay.
is pretty much the team outside of the VAs that we have. These are like the big
Core,
ones
core
in the
members.
company.
These two are the core members of ROL, right?
Yeah,
The,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
those are the people that you can reach out to in case you have any question or whatever. I mean, reach out to me. I'm always going to be there for you. But
Yeah.
for whatever reason, something happens. Maybe sometimes, maybe once per year, I go on a vacation, and I let you
Hmm.
guys know in the community. You guys can go and ask Jasper or David, whatever it might be. Okay,
Sure. Works.
perfect. But again, first of all, me, and then any of those. But realistically, it's always going to be me. Okay. Um, that said, man, before we go into the roadmap and the expectations and all of that, I want to review the business assessment so that I can tailor everything from your
Yeah.
specific responses. Okay. Okay. This is what matters mostly for me, man. Like the best outcome of us working together.
Yeah.
You're saying that the best outcome for you is going to be collaboration to scale your overall content agency to the next level and get myself out of the constant rut of being in the trench and spending hours on doing low-end tasks that don't move the needle. This is perfect, man, and especially in the next coming weeks when we start with organic validation phase, that you're going to
Yeah.
have a VA that's going to be doing the prospecting for you, and you're going to be pretty much just an inbox manager. What is going to happen is that you can literally just focus on managing the warm and hot leads, creating content, and fulfilling. That way,
Okay.
well, and the sales calls, of course, that
Yeah.
believe it or not, it's going to start taking a lot of time because you're going to start having so many sales calls, right?
Yeah.
But also, I want you, you're saying that you want to systemize your lead generation process, get book calls, positioning, set up systems for fulfillment, and build a team of reliable people who can own their work. Okay, perfect. And help scale the agency together. That's perfect. Mostly once you're looking to scale, once you have the commission-based people that are, of course, going to be, I mean, the interests are so aligned that it's in their best interest for you to scale.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to a point where I can take myself out of the day-to-day operations. Again, this is going to have to do.
Yes.
Actually, in the next coming weeks, this is going to happen. Not as not at 100% because you're going to still take the calls, etc. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is perfectly what we're going to help you with. And yeah, I remember the answer on what you do from the call that we had. Okay, so you haven't found service to market fit. Just so you know, we define service to market fit by the amount of sales that you've been able to make in the
Yeah.
last couple of months. Okay, that way you can. It's not like an emotion thing of yeah, man, I have product or service to market fit is mostly, dude, are you making sales or not? Okay, no, so let's do this, right? That's what we try to do. Okay, so right now everything is cold email, a little bit Instagram, a little bit LinkedIn. Okay, we are going to still do cold email since it's pretty much automated, and we use LinkedIn as a follow-up mechanism from the
Okay.
warm replies and cold email. That's perfect. But we are going to add Instagram since you're targeting coaches, right?
Yeah.
Creators, coaches, and those people you can easily find on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
perfect.
also, yeah. So like, and also, I was like, meanwhile, I was also thinking to go with people like who are running their own podcast as well. So these are
Yeah,
also going to be the targeted niche which I'm looking forward to work with. Because in the past I've already worked with a guy who has their own podcast into like more of the education space, the health and wellness space. So
yeah,
that's also where I think like there's just an additional
yeah.
type of that I think.
Yeah, for podcasts, what I would recommend is Facebook, though, because on
Oh,
podcast you can, for example, access. Well, I mean, I have a podcast, so there's this platform called Buzzsprout that allows support. It's one of the most used podcast platforms for people to record their podcast and post it. So you can join their Facebook group. There are like
hmm,
57,000 people that have a podcast in there, and all you gotta do from there is start adding them as friends and reach out to them. But that's specifically for podcasts. It's mostly because it's not that
hmm,
it's hard to find them on Instagram. It's just that for podcasts specifically, you can really easy filter down and even make posts inside of those groups, right? So
sure.
yeah. Again, that strategy we're going to figure out later on. No worries about it right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. So let me see the points of leverage. Yeah, the biggest one is LinkedIn. Cool. Oh, you're on Twitter also. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, man. LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is mostly a follow-up mechanism to cold email, and Instagram is perfect. Okay, 1K. You have more followers than me.
Yeah,
Awesome.
mostly my school. Yeah, mostly my school and college friends.
Yeah. No, for me too. I started posting content on Instagram literally like 1 week ago. I'm not kidding. So
Okay.
yeah. Let me show you. Okay. The purpose of me going over the onboarding form, just so you know, is that I can see how I can best go around the presentation that I'm going to do next. And I'm just
Yes.
going to take it from scratch because for me, if you're making less than 5K per month, it's like you're just getting started from scratch. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the roadmap ahead, man, this is something that I want you to have as in terms of expectations. It's going to look something like this, man. The first month, aka from 29th of May to 29th of June, is going to be all about researching, positioning, and crafting. Okay. And what that means is
Okay.
that your main goal in this first month is going to be mastering your avatar specific sales messaging so that you can pair up that messaging with an irresistible and unique offer. Okay. That's literally, I mean, even if you don't make a sale, as
Yeah.
long as we do this, this is the best victory we can have. Okay. This is
Sure.
literally the best thing that could happen for you in this first month. And I just want you to have some notes or some idea on what's going to happen.
Okay.
Because what is going to happen is that it's normal to feel a little bit overwhelmed, that you start to get, you start to get new habits going on and a new identity is being presented in your life with your business. And it's normal to feel anxious or about wanting to make money now, mostly for you. I know that you just came from making an investment and you are like, hey, man, I need to make money back because that's what you're expecting and that's going to happen. But it's important to understand that this strong foundation is what allows you to fix everything that's not working as well as it should for you, man. And that's why taking the time to actually research, deeply understand your niche, and create an offer like no other is going to help you have a strong foundation in the long term. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the mindset that you want to have here is the following. What you want to think is, I'm building a business that's going to bring tons of money in the future. But in order to do so, I need to understand the marketplace correctly and add my unique value. Does that make sense?
Yep. Works.
Awesome. Yeah, it's mostly so that you can expect the right things, man. Because again, the problem is that most people just come in and they go like, hey, dude, I want to start raw dogging outreach and get everything done. But dude, chances are that you were already doing that. And if things are not
Yeah.
working, it's because you don't have this part in place, right? So
Sure.
just to have this place first. The second month is what we call the experimentation and testing phase. Okay.
Okay.
And again, the main goal in the second month is going to be launching and testing niche specific angles and gather data via action. You can expect to make sales in this time frame. Okay. It's not like I want you to spend 1 year just figuring out the messaging. By this time, you're going to be making maybe an extra 5K per month or even get to 10K per month, since you're going to have such a powerful messaging from the work that you did before, right?
Yeah.
And again, some of the milestones that we like to see at this stage is you want to make your first round of sales, either from your cold email campaigns or your outbound prospecting team. Number two, you
Mm.
want to have your foundational micro VSLs up in live and focus on daily execution. And you already have your scripts by this point. You're going to see what I mean by that in the course and in this presentation. But we want to keep track of KPI numbers to refine them accordingly. Okay, this is non-negotiable. If you are not
Okay.
keeping track of your KPIs, dude, it's like you don't really have a business. Okay, KPIs and the CRM is the most important thing ever. And the mindset that I want you to have at this stage is, I'm confident because I took the time to listen to my target audience and my offer is world class, which already puts me ahead of my competition. And now all I gotta do is focus on relentless execution. Okay, this is the mindset that you need to have by the second month. Is everything
Sure.
making sense? Do you have any question, anything that concerns you, or whatever it might be?
Not as for now. So by second month, I feel all the assets will be almost ready, right? Like in terms of micro VSLs and everything that has
Yeah.
to go. Yeah.
Yeah, so in the program, you'll learn that we have micro VSLs, but the micro VSLs, there are two categories. There are the foundational micro VSLs and the situational micro VSLs. You're going to have one foundational micro VSL for every offer pillar
Okay.
that you have, and we are going to create your offer pillars on the offer creation workshop. Okay, that is going to be 1 week and a half, 2 weeks from now. So
Sure.
those are your foundational micro VSLs. Now, your situational micro VSLs are going to be the pillar pieces of content you're going to do on a weekly basis.
Okay.
It's a way that you're going to basically grab the foundational micro VSLs in a way that is applicable to the different situations that your niche is going after. Basically, what that means is, let's say that one offer pillar of yours was, I don't know, let me use mine as an example. Do you remember on our sales call that I first of all told you something like, build your foundation on positioning and then validate through organic prospecting, organic
Yeah.
validation. Okay, so that's a foundational micro. I could create a foundational micro VSLs because that's an offer pillar for my offer. Then if I want to do a situational micro VSLs, it would be like how fitness coaches should validate their offers using Instagram DMs. You see, it's just a situational scenario based on my foundational. And then I can just create infinite amount of iterations of situational micro VSLs based on the foundational. I know that it sounds really like messy, but it's quite easy once you get the gist of it, to be honest. Okay?
Yeah. Sure.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's about the second month. Now, third month is going to be the perfectioning phase. Okay?
Okay.
And the third month is all about improving your skills as a business owner, scale outbound prospecting, and start your auto conversion funnel with paid and organic traffic. Okay? So let me just explain what this stage is all about, man. What this means is that practice makes perfect. And again, you got to show up daily and keep improving on your core skills as a business owner. Because, of course, you're going to learn everything that you need. But if for whatever reason you're still not booking as many calls as you'd like, or you're not closing as many people as you'd like, chances are that it's not because you're not doing the right things. It's simply because you're not as good as the things that you're doing. So, for example, you need to start improving your appointment setting skills and your basic sales team management. Once you fix that problem, you got to fix the closing and sales process mastery. Okay, then again, you're going to learn everything in working with me. But the problem or the thing that I need you to understand is that it's not a matter of what you do, it's about how good you are at the things that you're doing. Okay, same goes for content. You will have your content cadence for YouTube and repurposing on the different social media platforms so that you can create inbound leads, etc. So practice perfect, and it's about improving the basic skill sets, not about adding new skill sets, if that makes sense. And also, as a business, your most important focus becomes one thing only: your client results and your overall product. Everything else is just noise. And the mindset that I want you to have at this stage is, I know everything I need to know to scale my business. I simply need to implement my knowledge and not succumb to the shiny objects. Running a successful business is not easy, and that makes it worth it to me. That's the basic mindset that I need you to embrace at this point. Again, this is a third month. This is a little bit ahead, but I just want you to have the expectations from now. And here you can see a visual overview of what's going to happen from now on. Now, once that's done, the next steps are, after month 3, basically, rapid audience building and paid traffic, pretty much. And that way you just scale to the moon, okay? So some quick notes on how recruiting works. For the prospecting BAs, you can either pay them $300 per month per BA, plus $100 per close client, or $400 per month per BA, plus $50 per close client. Okay, so again, don't worry about this right now. I just want you to know like what to happen. And when it comes to integrators, we have that setting only integrators who are commission only, meaning that you pay them $75 per qualified sales call. The KPI is 3 to 5 calls per day, $250 per day. But again, assuming that they book 4 or 5 calls. And by this point, once you have them, you're going to be closing 2 or 3 out of those 5. Okay. So of course the ROI is still there. So don't worry about, oh man, $250 per day, right? There's a huge ROI when it comes to that. Okay.
Yeah. I also had a quick question about that, like regarding the offer, like what we'll be doing. So you will be also helping with setting up the package for the services that you offer. Will you be like also able to help me out with that part as well? Like setting up the package, coming up with the right set of pricing
For
to
your
offer.
offer.
Yeah, for my offer.
Dude, everything. Dude,
Yeah.
everything. From A to Z, we're going to grab you by the hand and rock and roll.
Works.
Sure. Awesome.
Works.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the biggest things for us. Actually,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. That's why I'm making such a big emphasis that this first month is going to be all about that. Because
Yeah.
it pays off to have 1 month where you dedicate to create something unique and fresh, right? So that
Yeah.
nobody's doing anything like you, so that it doesn't really matter what you do. Everybody's going to resonate with your offer. That's literally the biggest thing in our program. I mean, of course, we're going to help you with the ads. We have our unique auto-converting funnel. Of course, we have all of the support when it comes to sales calls, appointment setting, etc. But dude, that first part is everything for us. Okay, so no worries.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, but this was mostly for you to know like how recruiting works. Later on, once you are going to start the recruiting, I'm going to answer a question that I always get asked. Like, hey man, I want the BAs now, or hey man, I want the setters right now. But dude, listen. When it comes to prospecting BAs, unless you're doing strictly cold emailing LinkedIn, everybody should have one BA that sends 100 to 150 DMs per day. Okay, this is to either test angles or scale organic prospecting, and that way you focus on warm replies only. And once you hit KPI consistently, KPI for us is getting 10% plus reply rates from outbound campaigns using a certain combo framework. You're going to learn more about that in the appointment setting modules. You can bring a setter if you decide to stay organic. Again, I don't recommend to have a setter unless you're running ads already. Okay, but again, you're going to see later on. When it comes to setters, once you get a 10% reply rate from your outbound campaigns, you can have a setter. Once you have your appointment setting combo SOPs, not the initial angles, you can have a setter. And also, once you go 3 weeks in a row, booking more than 20 calls.
Okay.
Once that happens, you can have a setter. Otherwise, your setter is going to hate you because you're not going to have enough lead flow and he's going to get mad at you. Okay, so just basically trust me when I tell you, hey man, it's time for a setter. Not right now. Okay.
Sure.
Now,
like what exact like when it comes to setter, like what are the exact day-to-day like role offers, like what exactly a setter does? Can you just explain a bit brief about it?
Yeah, I mean, there is a specific video inside of the course that talks about sales team management. As a matter of fact, let me show it.
Yeah.
Just a second. So everything that has to do with screening candidates and onboarding, building prospecting SOPs, CRM management, tracking KPIs, shooting up on campaigns. Again, I don't want you to see that module now. It doesn't make sense that you start watching that because, again, you just right now you're looking on module 1 and 2. That's all you gotta see. Okay.
Sure. Works.
But yeah, brother, everything is in there.
The Facebook community videos which are there right now. For now, I have to just focus on those videos.
Everything is Facebook group for you now. Everything just Facebook group, and not even all of the videos, because there are other videos that are still not relevant. For example, all you gotta watch right now is orientation, okay? Orientation and messaging offer and foundational PSLs. And not even all. I just want you to see market research part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4.
Okay, got it.
Okay, this is all you need because remember the goal is for you to make the market research process. Okay.
Sure, works.
Awesome. Well, let me talk to you about the working relationship and what to expect. Okay, when it comes to communication, again, the Facebook group is for speed. Okay, so for example, if you want to talk about something and get more feedback from everyone, make a post. Okay, make a post and ask the question. If there's something that you want to ask me specifically, just send me a DM, and whatever it might be, I will be happy to answer for you in the messenger. So anything that is speed, basically Facebook group. Anything that is in-depth troubleshooting, like more in-depth things, in the weekly goals. Okay, so for example, if you go to the group, you can see here, sorry, over here, Broyland's weekly support calls, right? So all you gotta do is go to this link, and this is going to help you add the events to your calendar, okay, automatically.
Okay.
So
And
every week,
yeah, and these calls like happen almost every week, right?
every week we have two coaching calls where literally everything that you are strong with, we troubleshoot, and we don't end the call till everybody gets the questions answered. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, great.
Okay. I also want you to know something. There are some times that for whatever reason people cannot make it to the coaching calls, but they still have really in-depth questions. If that's the case, just go to the submit questions post that you see here
Okay.
and just leave your questions. Look. So what's your name? What's your question? You can add a loom or any attachment, etc. So that way, in the coaching calls, for example, if nobody comes to the coaching calls, I will go
Yeah.
over and see, okay, maybe they have questions in there. Then I record myself answering the questions and I post it in the group. Okay,
Good. Good.
that's how it looks. And when it comes to action, the course material shows you how to do everything, pretty much. The last thing I want to mention before I show you the next steps and the actions that you need to take from here is we really appreciate feedback and we value honest partners. Okay, so please be honest with us at all times. At any given time, let us know how we can best serve you, because it's our mission to have you succeed, man. So if, for example, you go 2 weeks in a row without saying anything, yeah, we might reach out to you, but remember, dude, it's up. I mean, this is your business. You need to be responsible. So if there's any bottleneck that you're facing and you're like, dude, something is not quite clicking, dude, that's what I'm here for. Go ahead and ask me a question or make a post and I will answer. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Whatever it takes, we want to help you. So feel free to reach out, okay?
Works. Great.
Awesome. And brother, these are the action items. So your tasks from now on till we have the offer creation workshop is going to be, number one, priority, start doing your market research. Okay?
Okay.
Again, to the course to see the videos, etc.
Okay.
Then run some quick cash campaigns, if possible, for quick wins. You will see that quick cash campaigns are, let me show you. I just want you to have quick wins so that you can immediately make the ROI, right? Again, if this is optional, because what matters
Yeah.
is the market. 3, attend the group coaching calls that we are going to be doing, and some admin stuff so that you can save time for later. Buy partner domains. Just you mentioned that we're doing cold email already, so I think this is not applicable for you. Warm up 3 extra Instagram accounts for outbound prospecting later on. That way we don't get your accounts banned when we start doing outreach on Instagram. And set up your YouTube channel. But again, I know you have your YouTube channel already, so it's pretty much just this one. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So
Like,
any questions?
yeah. So about the Instagram account that you just told, like to warm up, like, do I have to do anything, or I just have to, have those Instagram like 3 accounts ready with?
Let me show you. I really don't use my burner Instagram accounts anymore because we are not doing more up. Okay, so this was my burner account. You can see. All you gotta do is, okay, of course, create a username that is relevant to your name, right? And you want to add your main account in the tags so that people that you send messages to can go to your main account, have your I help statement and the link to your bio. Mine is really, I mean, it's been a while since we don't use it, so this is not even updated, but you got my point. It's pretty much sending people to your main account so that they can see who you are, etc. Okay?
Okay.
Actually, the more human you look, the better. You don't have to be posting like, hey, here's how we work with you and let me pitch you something, right? It's got to be like pictures of you normally. That way, once you send DMs to someone, you increase the reply rate, okay?
Okay. So, like, do you think, like, if we are sending DMs to people, like as we are offering content as a service, so do they like subconsciously expect to also that we have content on our page as well, like regarding what we are doing? So
yeah, I mean, like at the beginning, I mean, for example, what's your handle?
yeah, I just put WHY since shall I put it in the chat?
Yeah. What you could do is, man, you can grab this same picture that you have here. For example, you can post this one tomorrow, and 2 days after you can post this one.
Yeah,
2 days after,
actually. Yeah.
you see something like that. Don't post all of them at the same day because otherwise it's going to be really weird. So it's just like starting to have some action on your Instagram accounts. That way, once we launch outbound campaigns 3 weeks from now or 2 weeks from now, they are one, and you can send at least 30 DMs per day on every account. Okay.
Okay, got it.
at least, right? So how do you feel? Are you excited? I know that it was a little bit long, but I just want to. I really like to dedicate time to my clients in the onboarding and show them like expectations, what to expect, of course, everything.
Yeah.
So
Looks great. Looks great. Actually, yeah, I just got a bit more clarity about like the whole, like the entire partnership of how things will run. So yeah, but in meanwhile, if I get any questions, any doubts, I will like, directly,
dude,
message.
straight up, tell me, man. Like I'm here for you. Okay.
Sure, definitely.
But again, don't post any more content till we have the offer workshop because I want to
Okay.
create the sales. So for now, just focus on the market research. Okay.
Yeah. So now my action steps are to watch the videos around which you showed and then work on the market research, right?
Yeah. Watch all of the videos in module one and the market research videos in module two. And of course, take action on what I'm saying on the videos. Okay.
Sure, works.
Okay. And let me, because you just said something that, just a second. Well, no, yeah, just focus on model. Just that. I was going to tell you something, but I forgot. So I will, in case that I remember, I will tell you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you will send me message. Yeah. No.
Awesome. And brother, again, thank you for trusting in us. Happy to have you with me, man. And whatever you
Actually,
need, just reach out. Okay, brother?
yeah. Let's hit 10K.
Let's get it, my
Perfect.
man. Speak soon, brother. Bye.
Soon. Bye bye.